Green flag is in the air, and we are green flag racing at the pretty phenomenal job of defending. We talk a lot about how good he is at ovals, and honestly, I thought this race was going to be something of a crapshoot. Really, you know, Talladega Daytona, you pick anybody in the field who can win it. Car spinning in the back. Huge crash. I see Munoz involved. One car on his side. For the moment, we are still green. And with the power down, Ricky Paz takes the lead. But it was a massive pile up behind him. Joseph Grijalva goes around. Ryan Whitlock hard into the wall. More cars collide. Munoz up and over. That is, I believe, Drew Williams. Jacob Dick, you see there for Ball State. He's involved. Andrew Burrell and Zohir Mirza, looks like those two made it through okay. Some great moves. Maybe a ride along with Mirza would be the way to take a look at this. This is looking at Jacob Dick. Grijalva pulls the elevator move. Dick kind of gets into his right rear, and then from there, everything just slams together. That's Dylan Beatty involved. Jacob Dick, heavy damage. You can see the right front torn up. This is riding along with the 47 just after the moment of contact, as we're going to wind it up all the way back to the line. You see him sitting right behind. That's Jason Wallet. Wanted to move to the inside, couldn't. Bounced off the wall, tried to bail out. It looks to me, oh, he's doing a lot of counter steering. That car is loose. And unfortunately, a lot of wrecking happening trying to avoid him. That massive hit. That is Dylan Beatty, and that may have been Christian Hill, who got absolutely eviscerated. A little bit, Nick Stockner, he was up battling for this lead as an elevator. That's Matthew Nordberg, the driver from NC State, running a part-time schedule. He's worked his way forward after qualifying outside the top 10. He now finds himself in the top 5, doing battle with Wyatt Burton. Going to try to draft with Paz here as Burton shoots to the white line. 3 wide, Cummings Paz to his outside. They sort that out as they head into turn 1. Coming off the corner, Nordberg back to 5th. Stockner just behind him. That was the name that I was going to mention. He was part of this battle, able to get himself back up into the mix after not such a great restart, as there is a caution car around in the back of the field. Here he's 3 wide. Adrian Tubakovic to his outside. As they go down the back straightaway. Sorry, that is Tubakovic. And that is a huge hit for Nick Henley from Ball State. Tubakovic took a massive lick as well. I thought it was the 76 that went around, but the other blue car. Ricky Paz able to maintain the lead for the moment. First battle behind them, 3 wide for a second. Now Nordberg has the opportunity. Does he look to the middle? No. He's going to stay behind Cummings for now. He's got Nick Stockner in tow. Then a trio of Ball State cars, Elise Moody Davidson, Keegan Calick rounding out the top 10, and a name we haven't talked about much this season, Adam Willoughby. He hasn't run that many races, got caught up in a few incidents, but finds himself in 11th. That's a guy I think we'll need to keep an eye on as well. Nordberg to the inside of Cummings. He wants 3rd back, lost it on the restart, but he wants it again. And it looks to me like he has an aggressive move to the bottom, not able to get it at the line. Instead, he had maybe the chance to clear Burton, but Burton had the momentum on the top side. Back up front, Halterman takes first, pulls Jake Cummings with him. Now Burton to the inside as Halterman moves high to defend. That'll give the 100 car momentum on corner exit. And he is clear of Jake Cummings for the moment, but now Cummings back down to the bottom, and that's Ricky Paz. Edges himself in front of the 95, fires it off in turn 3, Paz back to the lead. And now the Hornet's Nest has reformed about 7 laps from the restart. Nearly contact again. Lucas Moody into the wall right in front of his teammates. Willoughby and Davidson go scattering down to the apron, but they're able to keep it clean and keep it green. Great defensive driving out of those cars. It's going to benefit Cale Davidson up to 7th, and that is about as high as he's run all day, as Ryan Whitlock spins on the front stretch and destroys his race car. A guy to keep your eye on. I talked about Stockner as maybe being the guy that I would pick to win, but it's really, really close between these two Clemson drivers. I think Drew Williams has the opportunity to try to drive this thing up through the field. Maybe he saved a little bit of tire I think he was on pit road same time as the rest of these guys, so he's on the same strategy. If he can keep working his way forward, right there, teammate Adam Willoughby lets him have it, and that, I believe, is the 55 of Ben Fiore spinning to the inside. Caution is out, lap 43, looked like a top. And we're going to ride on board with the driver from Marist College. As soon as corner exit happens, Fiore was already committed to driving that car towards the outside wall, even technical issues. It's been a really rough season for the Clemson drivers, and unfortunately, now you've got Willoughby a lap down. You've got something happen to Williams. He's a lap down. Andrew Burrow -2. I'm not able to escape the black cat that's been wandering around Clemson University. But Nick Stockner proved him wrong. He sits in the 7th spot. He's cleared Nordberg, who's now under fire from Burton, and Keegan Kallick, by virtue of starting races. Oh, that is Christian Hill, the 085 from Mount St. Mary's, heavy to the inside wall. Congratulating Keegan Kallick on a great run and a big hit on the back straightaway. 80 running a special livery as Christian Hill clips the wall, gives Jason Wallet a heart attack, and then Dylan Beatty's life flashes before his eyes as for the second time today, those two cars come together in a way that I don't think the Beatles intended. Contact in the back of the pack. The bad luck continues for Drew Williams. Slams the inside wall, but able to keep it off the racing line. And iRacing decided that he didn't deserve a caution. And they are 4 wide as we cut back to live action. I was just about to say it. Muhammad Ali found himself in a very dangerous spot. That gets sorted out to double file as they head down the back straightaway. But that name that I just called out, Jason Wallet, he's been slowly gaining time. The driver from Drexel, I think, saved a little bit of tires. The time came to move forward. Now he finds himself on the outside of Muhammad Ali. Cale Davidson, he talked about his bad pit stop, +8 since the restart as they're 3 wide for the lead. Make it 4. Cummings backs out. Pause, nearly contact with Halterman. That would have been an interesting discussion all week, but they're able to keep it clean, and that gives the 2nd spot to Matthew Nordberg and gives a huge run to Cale Davidson. Car spinning off of turn number 2. We're green for the moment, and now the yellow flies. I believe that was Thomas Crump. Similar to what we saw with Ben Fiore, he tags the outside retaining wall, but gets it locked down in time. No damage on the 016. And I do wonder, I really do wonder sometimes how that was a caution and Drew Williams' incident wasn't, but Lamar wanted. And as those two get stacked up just a little bit, now they get fighting side by side. Lamar moves to the inside. He gets the draft from Burton as Burton made a move on Davidson, and we are under yellow. And that shakes this one up. Oh, it's another Clemson car. Nick Stockner pounds the inside wall. What or who Clemson University upset? Stockner grabs the wall, trying to save the car with micro connections, and it has to remind him that you can't go to Clemson and have nice things, apparently. That car destroyed. I believe Stockner has a fast repair left, but he's going to lose at least a lap. Towing that car to pit road. Stockner's chances are done. Lock in 2 laps to go. The push from Muhammad Ali. Now Alif wants it for himself. He's 3 wide bottom. Once again, Lamar has the option to go 4 wide top, and this time he does. It's Burton who has to back out. Aiken Lamar with momentum. Past 3rd. Is he going to get 2nd? Davidson's not clear. Near contact. Davidson looks to the inside. They're 3 wide for the lead. Burton nowhere to go. Boxed in up top. Had a great run. So it went to Lamar. Howard Community College going to be leading with just 1 lap to go. Fresh tires on the 094. He has the lead. White flag is in the air. CiL at Michigan. Here we go. Lamar outside of Davidson, outside of Alif. Does Burton have it? Burton doesn't have the momentum. He's going to have to settle back in. He's going to have to get a run down the back straightaway. Now Clint Halterman, I don't think is close enough for a battle. Lamar drops to the bottom. Alif with the block. Burton all the way to the white line. He's going to send it into turn 3. Have you ever? Wyatt Burton clear on the bottom as he tracks up to the wall. He has the lead. He blocks both of them at the line. Aiken Lamar with the push. Aiken Lamar wins it at Michigan with a push from R. Muhammad Alif at the end. It was a crazy move from Wyatt Burton, but Lamar had the speed by 9/1000ths of a second. Spinning behind them, Aiken Lamar gets momentum off the top, and that is the closest finish that you will ever see. That's the margin of victory. It is less than a foot. Aiken Lamar from Howard Community College. Pretty good stories from the rest of the field. Aiken Lamar, Wyatt Burton, R. Muhammad Alif, all under, not even a blanket, it was a washcloth over those three. Cale Davidson winds up 4th with Clint Halterman crossing the line backwards. He finishes 5th. Lucas Moody from Ball State able to hang on to that track position to finish 6th. Matthew Nordberg not quite able to hang on to a top 5, but he winds up 7th. Pretty good run for that driver from North Carolina. Jason Wallet hangs on to 8th after a late race surge, and Adam Willoughby kind of comes from nowhere, but able to somehow in a Clemson car finish in the top 10, even just finishing in a Clemson car. Good run for Adam Willoughby. Keegan Kallick, your Rookie of the Year. It is official now after this race. Kallick wins Rookie of the Year. He gets the final spot in the top 10 for St. Clair College. In 11th, Ricky Paz from ECU led a lot of laps, but slipped just a little bit there. Thomas Crump winds up 12th. Andrew Voigt 13th. Ben Fiore 14th, unable to recover from that spin. Grant Schiller, another rookie from St. Clair College, finishes 15th, ahead of Jake Cummings, who kind of faded there and wound up last car on the lead lap. Joseph Grajava winds up 1 lap down, 17th. Nick Stockner, after that heavy impact to the inside wall, winds up 2 laps down. Andrew Burrell lives the Clemson curse, winds up -3, and rounding out the top 20, Zohir Mirza from St. Clair finishes 3 laps down as well. 21st, Nick Henley from Ball State, just ahead of his teammate Dylan Beatty. Drew Williams, 25 laps down, out of the race from Clemson. Esteban Munoz from FIU, 34 laps down. Christian Hill, 25th. Ryan Whitlock, 26th. Adrian Tubakovic, Jacob Dick, both of those drivers out very early, round out the running order. Unfortunately, Caden Hughes unable to qualify for the event.